close, right? Good. Pelvic floor. Now pelvic floor. God. Jesus Christ. Oh, that's so hard. All right. Were you able to do that?
Well, the thing is I try, I do those are my exercises, and I've been trying to do pelvic floor as an exercise.
Oh my God, I lose it right away.
It's this side, though. It's not this side.
You lose on that. So can you do it on that side?
Okay. Yeah, but not. It's when I'm doing it on this side, it's gone on this. I can't feel it at all happening on the right side of the pelvic floor.
What about the left?
Same thing. When I'm up like this.
It's still the right side that goes away?
Oh. No, it's the left side.
Oh, so it's the same, it switches.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, okay. So that baseline means that we're losing it immediately when you walk, doing anything.
Right, because you need it for both sides to be...
For sure, yeah. Okay, well that kind of makes this challenging to do then. But it also gives us a good starting point, which is, let's just stand here in pelvic floor. You do this already, don't you?
Well, I kind of just put pelvic floor everywhere I can.
Let's see what
I don't do it specifically.
Let's see what happens here. So you got it?
Yeah.
Oh. I haven't done these in a while. Oh, I feel very challenged in my physical. You're probably better at this than I am right now. I don't even think I have it. I think I'm just making it up. Like twitchy, weird, exhausted.
It's getting tired now.
Okay, rest 30 seconds. Yeah, you did way better than me.
Because I've been working on it.
Yeah.
Because I put it
every
time I don't always remember, but I try to make it part of every movement because we had that conversation a while back.
Okay, so this will be interesting. Let's try 2 more rounds of 30 seconds.
Okay.
I'm gonna take some of this. Yeah.
It's fine.
Let's go 2 more rounds of 30, and then let's see if that stimulates you enough to be able to do the pelvic floor thing. Let's do 2 more rounds though. Okay. Ready?
Go.
So hard. I'm so bad at this. Oh my gosh. What am I doing with my neck?
Yeah.
It's not. Yeah, I'm not even doing it. I can't even do that right now.
But you do lots of exercises that you could put this into. Like I could.
Yeah, I think I need to like lay on the floor and do nothing except for this. It's super weak. Rest. Rest on. Yeah. Touche.
But you could, once you wake it up a bit, you can
I'm
stick
for
it in
sure.
everywhere.
Oh, I'm gonna put it in everything. Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I can do it. I think.
This makes a lot of sense. Why I do this. I do this all the time.
Oh.
I try to deload this system.
But you prefer one side?
I don't understand that. That's weird. I'm like, my brain is telling me to deload this system like this, but it feels better to do this. That's a problem. That's a problem. That's something wrong. This feels good to do, but my brain never wants to do it. Oh, that's bad news. Okay, anyway, one more for you. Here we go.
Go?
Yep. Oh, that's why, because I can't do anything down there.
And it's such a big muscle.
There's nothing happening. You have 10 seconds left. Nothing happening. I'm out of breath though. Okay, rest. Okay. Very good.
Okay, so now you want me to stand on one foot?
Yeah, let's
Take a
rest for
break.
another like 10, 15 seconds. We're making a note here. Give my unused pelvic floor a rest. Oh my gosh. So okay, so standing. Okay. Okay, shall we?
Okay.
Okay.
So stand on one foot.
Yeah, so pelvic floor first.
Thing.
Yeah.
Can I hold on to something?
Yeah.
Oh. It's just
No.
the side. It's just the side that the leg is, not the lifted leg.
Okay.
It seems weird because this is the leg that's having.
See, this is very confusing.
Why would that be?
I don't know.
It seems like
I don't know.
because this is the side that's having it easy,
Yeah.
and yet, well, there's a little bit of it there now. And I'm holding
I have
on
a question. Do no pelvic floor?
and stand on.
Yeah.
Can I do that? I guess I can.
And then try and pull the pelvic floor in. Ooh.
Oh, that's better.
Yeah, that's systematicity.
Oh,
Okay.
let's try the other leg.
Are you gonna do?
I'm gonna do the left. I'm gonna stand on the left leg and
And then-
this leg.
okay.
See, so first,
But are you gonna do pelvic floor or no pelvic floor first?
no pelvic floor first.
Okay.
See if it corrects.
Yeah, yeah.
And then pelvic floor.
Oh. But hold on. I'm not
Yeah.
worried about the balance component
Yeah.
right now. I'm just worried about the
It definitely is better.
Oh, for sure.
Way better.
Much easier to find it.
Yes.
Okay, so that's how we could correct it, is with systematicity.
What does systematicity mean?
It's
in the
layering
world?
layering in something. So starting an exercise or a movement or a challenge to the body with something you're good at, and then layering in something that kind of short circuits you or that you're not good at. So what you're not good at is holding a pelvic floor engagement and lifting your leg, but you're obviously fairly good at lifting your leg,
and then putting in the
the
pelvic
thing you're
floor.
not good at. Yeah.
Interesting.
Which will stimulate, it's a bridging or a linking of two systems to bring them together as a kind of a unify or a one system mechanism, so that your brain then knows if leg lift, then pelvic floor also.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay.
P4.
So
Single.
So when I do these chair squats, and I notice that it's a lot easier to pelvic floor going up
Yeah.
than going down. If I maybe paused and really pelvic floored, it does help.
It's
a little
still
bit.
hard though,
It's
huh?
still hard.
That's a tough one because there isn't really a place there where you can pause. Isometrically, unless you know what? No, there is. Stand up, kick on the pelvic floor, start going down until you feel yourself losing it. Stop right there. And then stand back up.
Oh,
And then, it's
you'll
just
feel
going to
it.
be a progressive thing. Yeah,
Let's
so
see if I can get a little further.
or just go until I wouldn't even think about pushing the depth. Your body will just do it when it's ready.
So the squat thing though is up and is all the way. Right. So this is sort of a different
prereq, right? So I mean the idea. Oh my gosh, this is like totally
So I should do.
So essentially, what we could do is
do this, and then do this bit, and then sit down again, and then do this.
Or we could do this. We could find a surface that's high enough that you don't lose it. So try this.
Oh, okay. I changed things with my squats, but it was to make the squat a little harder.
Right.
So remember I have a book. A big book.
Yep.
It's about this big.
Yep.
Rather than the floor.
Yep.
So I could go back to doing
the floor
and see if that makes a difference.
Yep.
Although it doesn't here, so that maybe I need go.
When you're saying the big book, you're saying you're putting it.
I'm putting it under my feet, so that.
That makes it higher though.
Well, that's what we were going for.
Harder.
Harder.
Correct.
For the squat.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. So to make it easier, we would take it away. And bring you closer to the chair. For sure. Love it.
But that's not.
But if the chair's that height, it's still too low.
Still yeah.
So I want you to try this.
I can put the book on the chair.
Ah!
Because it's a big book.
Brilliant.
What if that does it? I mean, it's about this thick.
I love it. That's perfect.
Atlas.
Yeah. Let's try this height. I want to see how that feels. So
okay.
can you find the pelvic floor here?
Yeah.
Killer. Now stand up. Kick the pelvic floor on.
Well, it was already on.
Oh, killer. Okay, nice. And then keep it on, and then lower yourself down.
Yeah, I think how do you get there?
It's close, but it's still.
It's a little bit off. I need 2 books, but I don't think I have 2 books.
No, this is a big book. Try that. Maybe a pillow or something. So you're gonna be you're not gonna.
Pillows are so soft.
You're not gonna be sitting on the actual seat. It's like with this, it's gonna be more like you're resting your butt on it, but you're not gonna be actually sitting like that.
Oh. I'm not sure I totally understand that.
Like if you were to sit on the seat, your feet would be dangling at this point.
Oh, okay. Right.
So you have to be more forward.
You have to be on the floor.
Yeah,
so
and you have to be kind of in that athletic stance. Yeah. And then kick on. Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got it there.
Huh, okay. So this is kind of this height. Like.
Do you want me to get you a measure?
Oh, that might be a good idea. I don't think pillows will work though.
They might be too soft.
Too soft.
Like 28 inches.
Okay.
27 and 28 inches.
Okay. See what I can do.
Couch on? You don't have a couch, do you? Do you have a couch?
I don't have a couch. I could try different chairs and see if some of them will start out a little higher. Although I think most of my chairs are kind of the same height, but I could.
Also the thing to think about is you don't actually need.
My bed would be.
Yeah, you don't actually need to sit down at first though.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. We could just like if you stand up, don't even worry about sitting down or touching your butt to the table. Just stand up and scoot forward, a little more forward, and then kick on, start squatting. And then back up. Yeah, see how you get off your toes?
Okay.
That means you're losing it right away. Not losing, but you're losing it.
Yeah.
Scoot forward one more step. We're not doing anything about sitting down on the table.
Okay.
And then pelvic floor. And then go for it. And then back up. Yep.
So rather than try to aim for.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, let's just let your body kind of decide when it's
most lost it.
Yeah, exactly. Up. Because I can feel that, like, I mean, I'm a horrible example of this right now, but, like, oh, it's so twisted right now. Like,
I mean, it just changes my squats from squats to...
Yeah, like, this is as far as I can go. It's gone. I'm trying to work on this. I've just kind of slipped a little bit, I guess. Yeah. So it'll change your squat experience. Which I think...
But that's okay, I can do this and eventually come back.
I'm super excited. I think this is going to create a much more full stabilization system in your hip complex. And now that we're looking at this, I'm like going, holy crap. You've been running around with no pelvic floor, even though we've worked the heck out of it.
Yeah.
So it's basically like your brain is like, yeah, it works when I'm sitting.
Right.
But... that's about it. And like but you've been doing dynamic stuff with it, which is cool. I just don't know if we've translated it.
It may not
intentionally.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's like the whole thing. It's not like this kind of move.
Right.
So much.
Right. It's more.
Or. Well. When I am standing on one foot when I'm doing an exercise, it's just this side.
Right.
It's doing it. I mean, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah.
because that's what I can do.
Right.
So I'm just gonna go. It's sort of like I'm backing off the big squat.
Yeah, I don't even think we should. Okay, that's a good point. That means we should go to our homeworks.
Right.
So, because if we're
that's part of my. I don't even know if it's in the list.
The dual leg.
Because I just do it. The squats, the chair squats. I just
Oh,
do it
yeah.
when I brush my teeth. While I'm brushing my teeth.
Oh, the squats.
Yeah.
That's cool. Do you want me to put it in somewhere or just let it be?
I wouldn't mind having directions written down.
Do you want me to put that in warm-ups?
Yeah, put it in warm-ups.
So we'll call this the pelvic floor, the P floor squat.
Just so I can remember.
No, I like it.
In case I forget what we talked about, like you're taping this, so you don't forget.
I could put that in here if you want.
No, that's too much.
Yeah, I agree. That's solid 45 minutes.
I'm not gonna look at that.
You know what I have is an AI transcriptor that watches that video and transcripts the whole thing. Yeah. I didn't show you that last time.
No, but I've heard of those.
It's crazy. Yeah. So with the pelvic floor, what you're gonna do is kick on P floor, squat down until you feel it slipping.
And go back up.
Stop there and go back up.
And then do it again some number of times or some.
Yeah, I'd say, we go 5 to 10 reps.
I mean, if I start losing it worse, then clearly is I should have stopped.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you're fatigued.
Yeah. Okay.
5 to 10 reps in one bout. I'm curious about something. Can we try one more thing here? Mm-hmm. So I'm going to have you squat down a little further without the pelvic floor. And then freeze, and then kick on the pelvic floor. Not possible, huh?
That's pretty hard.
Yeah, okay. No, I just wanted to see if we could run the same thing, and no, it ain't working like that. So that's probably because it's and that's probably because it's already very hard. So your brain's like, I'm not going to stack two things on. Whereas standing on one leg for you at this point in your life isn't that hard. Mm-hmm. So you can like, I have enough RAM to take on two things right now. So. Oh my gosh. All right. Well, let's start with that. But I mean, it's
pretty interesting.
I just think we can build out a whole new assessment here.
And I mean, the glutes have to be involved.
It's all going to be involved. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
So my thought is.
And so that makes sense that the operator might be trying to
for sure
take care of
flying off the scale, trying to do stuff, which it is a pelvic floor muscle, which is interesting.
It is a pelvic floor.
It's attached to your pelvis.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah. So and it's kind of pelvic floor. It's kind of more hip related.
Yeah, but next
hip to pelvis. So
the same level of where the pelvic floor muscle is.
Right, and if the pelvic floor is destabilizing, that thing could be having a fit because it doesn't have anything to hold on to. You see that all the time, like somebody will have pain here when they raise their arm up because their shoulder's not stable. Mm-hmm. So the brain's like, hey, even though this isn't the issue, we're gonna make pain because the thing it's holding on to isn't stable right now. So that could be a big reason why we haven't seen this thing clear either, fully.
Yeah. And the thing about using the opposite glute to lift this leg kind of wakes up that system a bit.
It does, but also at the same time, it's literally circumventing the pelvic floor.
Which is what you really want.
Yeah, so like that could be a nice in the meantime thing, going, let me just use my other hip to propel myself, but it's still, you're almost like hoisting yourself. I mean, not exactly.
Well, when I do it, I can tell the pelvic floor is kicking in, but I think it's only part of the pelvic floor.
For sure, which
is what we're
I've seen some of that, like with breathing, like it's easier for somebody to breathe with one nostril plugged
Yeah.
Because their diaphragm isn't strong enough to pull 2 tubes of air. So that sounds good, and then they do 2, and they're like. So that could be something there too. Like you're assisting to give the pelvic floor less load. I could totally see that being the case. I mean, it makes sense if you break it down like that. The other thing I was looking at here was the split stance, single leg squat assisted. Can we try that?
Okay. That's this one, right?
Yeah. You want me to bring this up?
Yeah.
Yeah. I know we just totally like rabbit holed into the whole rabbit abyss.
But that's okay, because this operator thing has been.
I know, and I think that.
And plus, it's totally. I mean, pelvic floor just seems so important.
It's huge.
I mean,
Well, and
especially when Ellen showed me there's one video she sent me where it showed how big that muscle is.
Yeah, it's massive.
And it's holding up everything inside. You know,
for
like
sure.
everything from here down is sitting on it. It's like, and I was like, oh my God.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
And somehow when I first started doing, I think it doesn't always translate to the whole thing.
Yeah.
When I'm pelvic flooring.
Like you feel some of it kicking on, but.
I'm not sure I get the complete.
The whole picture.
As big as, it was surprising to me to see how big it was.
Yes. When you see the bowl, you're like, whoa, that thing is massive.
You know, and I don't, when I do a pelvic clench thing, it's sort of more in the center.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how we learn it.
Right. Totally. Right, because it's more hold your pee.
Yeah.
Instead of
the whole body, the whole thing.
Totally. Which is why we're teaching it this way now. I mean, it's good to have both, but it's really important to have.
Well, that's a good starting place if you don't.
Yeah.
But then, what about
like
all
stability?
Of it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but the whole thing needs to be.
Yeah, that little urethral area isn't going to stabilize your lumbar spine.
Right.
It's going to keep you peeing, which is good. But we need both.
Yeah.
And okay. Anyway, let's give this a try. So I just want to see first off if you can be in split stance with the pelvic floor engaged. That's tough.
It still feels like it's.
Yeah, I agree. It looks like it. Try switching sides. I can't even tell. It looks hard.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I can't.
We're not here yet.
Yeah.
Clearly. Okay. So it looks like what you can do is you can do the split, or you can do the squat with the pelvic floor. You can do the standing pelvic floor, and you can do the single leg to a pelvic floor.
Right. If I start.
And then
kick
on.
And then put it on.
Totally. Yeah.
I wonder. Okay, so if I do that or this, if I start here and then turn it on, it's much better. I can feel that, at least on that leg. So when I do these exercises, I need to start like that. Like, pause for a moment.
Yeah.
And put the pelvic floor in, rather than try to do it as part of the motion, which is what I've been doing.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's the systematicity component. Well, I just...
Very subtle, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely. I just didn't think about leveraging the systematicity component. I just thought, okay, let's train it together. The problem is it's shutting off most of the time, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So.
But that's cool. I can do that.
Cool.
I mean, I can try in as many exercises as I have.
Totally.
To go get into position, whatever the position is, without the pelvic floor. Put the pelvic floor on, and then
try it. Yeah.
Do the
How did that feel doing
much
that?
Better.
Really, you got it on the way down?
Yeah. Not as good as I might like.
It's
a little better on this side, but I mean, I've been concentrating on, squatting.
For sure. No, I know. That's what we've been focusing on.
Yeah. But it does improve it.
This is awesome. Okay. I'm gonna have to make a whole nother screen here. This is super cool. It's just crazy to think about that. Like from a dynamic capacity, like my whole thing was like, oh yeah, if we just train it and do this ramp thing, it'll stay around. But it's the configurations. It's your body's like, dude, what are you talking about? Okay. So we did pelvic floor single leg stance, systematicity. We did pelvic floor squat to stop. And then we did pelvic floor split stance to squat.
So that split stance one, I should probably just do it until, the same way. Like,
I think so. Just doing it until
so
you're kind of toasty.
So it's going to be a very, but toasty in the pelvic floor as opposed to
Yes,
anyplace else.
exactly. Like if you can't find it anymore,
then I should stop.
Done.
Sort of the same.
If we're trying to train the pelvic floor, which I think is a good idea because it's telling us that the whole system is either tolerating that load or not versus diverting load to who knows what, obturator or whatever it might be. I don't, Yeah, I like that. And I think
when I use my pelvic floor makes things easier when it is on.
For sure.
So, whatever's hard about that split stance exercise would get easier.
That's what I'm thinking. I think there's going to be a massive J curve where like at first it's going to be super hard, but you're already good at it. It's just you're not good at it with the pelvic floor, which means your body's like, yeah, let's go. Once you got it, it's like, oh man, I have this whole new system I can tap into. So I think it's going to make that exercise a lot more meaningful, which is cool. Okay.
You had things you wanted to do. I
don't even know what I was like. I'm trying to look. Knee extension, medial lateral line of force. Oh, this is like boring compared to what we just did. Ulnar deviation. Oh, there we go. The ulnar deviation on the wrist.
Oh, right. We didn't finish working at that.
We didn't.
You just barely started.
Yeah.
Plyo. It's still.
Yeah.
A little swollen.
Okay. Do you want me to try and mess with it a little bit? Okay. And then we have the plyo medial lateral line of force, knee flexion to extension. Yeah. So. Oh. Okay. Well. Okay. Cool. Now I have a bunch of stuff to dig around on.